Hey there, my name is Salendrak, and here's a quick video explaining all the basics of what you'll need to know to build a simple house in Terraria, which can be done on your first day in the game. You'll also learn a bit about blocks, walls, gathering resources, and crafting too. To get started, gather some wood by smacking some trees with an axe. You do this by having your axe equipped and active on your hotbar, then holding left click at the base of a tree. You can also toggle the smart cursor on by pressing left control, and it will automatically target the best spot of the nearest tree in range. Also note that if you are holding shift, the game will contextually select the appropriate type of tool based on the type of block your cursor is hovering over, and will keep that selected once you press and hold your left mouse button. For a basic house that will work as a residence for an NPC like the guide you start out with, you'll want about 60 wood in your inventory, but more than that is perfectly fine and highly recommended. And throughout this process, be sure to kill any slimes that wander your way, as you'll need some of the gel that they drop. Once you've got your wood, put the stack on a hotbar slot or hold it on your cursor, as we're going to use it to make the ceiling and sidewalls of your house. Floor is optional. With your cursor, and preferably with the smart cursor turned off, left click and draw a sidewall from the ground upwards of 6 blocks, as high as you can naturally place while standing on the ground. Then add 11 blocks going across to the side, and then 2 blocks down from that edge, leaving an open gap that is 3 blocks high, which is where we'll place a door in a minute. If you lost count, you can double check your measurements by turning on the ruler by clicking on this little button at the top left corner of your screen when your inventory is open. And if you want, you can also replace the dirt floor with wood, but that's totally optional, though I think it looks a little bit better. To make some doors and a whole host of other items, including furniture and various weapons and armor, we're going to need a workbench. Open your inventory and use your mouse to scroll the wheel up and down between the various items that you can currently craft, as shown on the left side of your screen, and select the workbench. You can also click the hammer icon to have everything you can currently craft appear on screen, which can be handy when the list is large. Left click the workbench, which will craft it and put it on your cursor, and then place it on the ground, probably in the house. And notice how your list of craftable items just got a lot bigger. Scroll up to find the wooden door, and then make 2 of them by clicking twice on the door icon. As with the workbench, this will automatically place them on your cursor, so go ahead and left click to place the door in that gap we left earlier, and then put the other one in your inventory. Next, use your pickaxe to break open a 3-block gap on the other side, and then place the other door there. Doors will automatically open and close for you and NPCs when they move through them, but will generally keep monsters out. If you get tired of the sound of the doors opening and closing all the time, you can also right-click on the door to set it to stay open. Now, in order for this structure to become an NPC suitable house, we're going to need to place some background walls to fill in the open space. Open your inventory, scroll or click the hammer and find the wood wall item, and make at least 52 of them. If you hold the button, it will make them really fast, and don't worry if you make too many, you'll be able to use them in the future, and can also use your workbench to convert them back into regular wood blocks. Now put these wood walls on a hotbar or hold them on your cursor, toggle your smart cursor back on, and hold your left mouse button to fill in the area with these background walls, moving around as needed to fill the full room. Go back to your crafting list while standing by your workbench and make a couple of torches, a chair, and 4 pieces of wooden fence, which crafts all at once. Using the fence, pick a spot in one of the corners of your house and replace the wood walls with the fence by placing them in a square shape like so. This makes a nice little window and is purely decorative. In order to qualify as an NPC house, you'll need a light source, the window doesn't count, so place a torch anywhere you like. And the last requirement is something for an NPC to sit on, so go ahead and place the chair that we made earlier, and voila, you've completed a basic house. Note that NPCs also require a table type surface, which was satisfied by the workbench we placed earlier. If you want, you can replace the workbench with just a regular table. Anytime you're building a house for an NPC, you can check whether the room meets the NPC requirements by clicking the little house icon on the right side of the screen, then clicking the question mark to set your cursor to query mode, and then click anywhere within the room, and it will usually tell you why the room isn't sufficient. A super basic house like this works great in the very early game of Terraria, but as you progress and acquire more resources, you can start to mix and match the various types of blocks, adjust the shapes, sizes, and contours of the building, and use a mix of different background walls and all sorts of other stuff to make some pretty cool looking structures. If you'd like to learn more about the technical requirements for both player and NPC houses, how to set up a great storage and crafting area, and a bunch of other stuff related to housing, be sure to check out my more detailed guide on the topic. And for even more Terraria topics and guides, check out my Terraria Beginner's Guide series playlist. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers!